Llévate más de lo que esperas todos los días con el nuevo McValue en McDonald's. Ahora puedes comprar uno y sumarle otro por $1. Así que cuando tu equipo favorito enfrente a sus rivales, enfrenta tus antojos con $5 Meal Deals. Y si estás corriendo para alcanzar el desayuno, corre a la app para llevarte ofertas antes del cutoff. Tú decides, y con McValue, tu decisión siempre rinde más. Precios y participación pueden variar. BOGO $1 válido para un producto de igual o menor valor. Debe estar registrado en Rewards para ofertas en el app.
Welcome once again to the Dr. Sky Experience, heard exclusively here on Talk Radio 77 WABC, the crown jewel of radio. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as we move through time and space, welcome to the Dr. Sky Events Calendar, episode number 20, as we wrap up mostly month number 3, March 2023, and moving in to April, month number 4. That's right. The crown jewel of radio here, Talk Radio 77 WABC, with the Dr. Sky Experience. We naturally begin with the moon, and as we move past the mid-portion of March 2023, we find the moon in its new phase, the dark of the moon on the 21st. Why do I mention it? This, in my opinion, is the best time naturally to view faint sky objects as we look into our late March skies. What can you see? Well, if you have a dark location away from city lights, you should be able to see some amazing sights. Take a good look. And we also offer up a star map for your convenience. Simply go to skymaps.com and download your very own personalized star chart. And on there, you can see the great winter constellation of Orion the Hunter, the most brilliant star in the heavens, the star Sirius, in Canis Major, the large dog, some 8.6 light years away, among a host of other amazing objects. And we find out that the moon then continues to move on as a waxing crescent low into the western part of the sky. And pay attention on the evenings of both March the 22nd and the 24th as the moon once again in a new cycle glides past the planet Jupiter, and then on the 24th as it passes the goddess of love and beauty herself, the planet Venus. So much to talk about in our skies. The moon, of course, at its farthest position from the Earth during this particular month as we move toward the 31st, wrapping up March. Well, as we talk about things in the nighttime sky, let's also talk about some of the things that are going on in the world of news and astronomy. And a lot of that, ladies and gentlemen, has to do with the subject of quantum physics. We've all heard that the so-called Big Bang, which I like to refer more accurately as the Big Expansion, without a doubt happened some 13.77 billion years ago. What does that mean? So every single thing, you, me, the telephone, the table, the food you see, the car you drive, everything is made, as Carl Sagan said, made of star stuff. But in the universe, there's more other amazing conundrums, strange things. We find out that the universe is made of 22% at least dark matter. It's an invisible component of gravity, and of course, it's not seen. So great astronomers like Vera Rubin helped us understand the concept of dark matter, something that astronomers are still confused about. Nobody simply really knows what the answer is. And then we have something called dark energy. Of all of our universe, some 74% is made up of this magical thing called dark energy. What is it? A negative pressure that's opposite gravity. Einstein thought he had an idea that this was out there, and he basically called it spooky action at a distance. Well, his cosmological constant is also factored into understanding what we think we know and what we don't know about dark energy. And then we move on to another phenomenal subject. How about the topic in quantum physics called quantum entanglement? What's that? Those are subatomic particles that are linked by, let's say, billions of light years apart, and that those objects that are out there in space, let's say it simply was a light switch. On one side of the universe, you flip the switch. Well, we think nothing could go faster than the speed of light. We'll think again, because that same flipping of the switch would happen instantaneously on the opposite side of the universe. So what are we all building up to? The area that Einstein, of course, worked on so hard and so accurately, his general and special theories of relativity, and now with quantum physics, scientists and cosmologists are trying desperately to put together the theory of everything. And that is a combination of what makes sense in, well, Einsteinian physics, special and general relativity, and also the world of quantum physics. Good luck. The big subject beyond that is what is consciousness and what is reality, but that's a story for another time. As we continue to move through time and space here on the Dr. Sky Experience, we thank you for joining us, and particularly our Arizona audience out here. You know, if you're out here in Arizona and you're looking for the best of New York, best of the West pizza, we all know about the great pizza in New York City. How about Raphael's Pizza? 2 locations, one located in Glendale, Arizona, one located in Phoenix, Arizona. And you can learn so much more about the great offerings at Raphael's Pizza by calling them at 602-242-5117. So if you're ever out this way or listening to us in Arizona, join us. The other location is 5800 West Peoria. That's in Glendale, Arizona, a full sports bar. And all the good folks at Raphael's Pizza are big fans of WABC, Talk Radio 77, WABC, out of New York, out of the United States, and probably, all the way out into the universe. And if you're looking for the great Chinese food, make it Yao's Chinese Cuisine. They're located deep in the heart of Gilbert, Arizona. They offer so many amazing specials. You'll love the food and service at Yao's Chinese Restaurant at 2487 South Gilbert Road in Gilbert, for all of you out here in Arizona that are looking for great Chinese food. Well, we continue on, ladies and gentlemen, to talk about the month of April. And there's a lot of exciting things that are going to be happening in our April skies. And we begin, of course, with an analysis of the moon itself. And we find out that the next of the moons, the full moon in April, officially known as the Paschal or Easter or Passover moon, that'll take place on the 6th of April, just in time as we celebrate this particular special season of Passover and the Easter holiday. We find out that the moon then moves on to its last quarter on the 13th of April, back to new moon on the 20th of April, and we'll have something special to say about what you can see around that time. And then the moon continues to wax once again in the west, and first quarter on the 27th. Well, how about this? An amazing sight in our skies, the first of the major meteor showers of the year 2023. What I'm referring to is the annual return of the Lyrid meteor shower. That takes place during the early morning hours of April 22nd and probably into the 23rd. Where do you look? Look high into the northeast sky after midnight on the night of the 21st into the 22nd, and try it again on the 22nd into the 23rd. The area in the sky that you should be looking for is a brilliant star known as Vega. The star itself is some 25 light years away. It heralds in the most impressive part of the constellation of Lyra the Harp, the star Vega, and in that area of the sky is where all these particular meteors come from, but you need dark skies. Well, you have something going for you because at that particular time of the month, as I mentioned before, the moon is at its new phase. So if you have, within the sound of my voice, here on the Dr. Sky Experience on Talk Radio 77 WABC, the crown jewel of radio, as we like to say, you may be in for a great sight. The Lyrid meteor shower, brought to us by a comet called Comet Thatcher, anywhere in dark skies of upwards maybe 20-25 meteors per hour. What about city dwellers? Do you have a chance to see this? Yes, you do. But of course, albeit with lower numbers because of the extreme amount of man-made light. We call it light pollution. You'd like to send us an email, it's drskyshow@gmail.com. And what do we say? And we love it here on WABC, Talk Radio 77, WABC. Always remember to keep your eyes to the skies. Simply, I'm your navigator on the highway to the heavens, talking about the great realms of astronomy, space, aviation, and weather. And check out our blog here at WABCRadio.com. Dr. Sky wishes you health and happiness as we wrap up the month of March and move into more promising weather, hopefully clearer and warmer weather for a good part of our listening audience. Have a great day.